Charleston Post and Courier.
Hey, Trevor. I know you said a minute ago you try not to consider your legacy as you try to live in the moment day by day, but is it cool to think about the We Want to Play movement back in the summer, you playing a big role in that, and it might have influenced public opinion to the point where the season, did go on and has almost gotten to the finish line like we are now?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to be a part of something like that. I mean, it wasn't just me. It's kind of my name gets thrown on the headline, the label of everything, but definitely wasn't just me. I probably didn't even do most of the work. So, but it's cool to be a part of that, and I think we'll look back on that as a pretty cool moment and kind of a turning point. And honestly, I think it gave a lot of people some opportunities, which was kind of the goal. This game means a lot to a lot of people, and I think that playing this year helped a lot of people a lot. I mean, you think about one of our receivers, Cornell Powell, fifth-year senior, hadn't played a ton up until this point, and this was kind of his year. That he had a really good spring and fall camp, and this was kind of, he's expecting this to be his year to really prove himself. And without a season, I mean, he's in a whole different situation. He just got invited to the Senior Bowl. He's had a great year, been a great teammate, and without a season, that changes a lot for him. That's just one example. So hopefully, playing this year has helped a lot of people, and it's been worth it. I think it's been a success. If you look at how kind of 2020 has gone, I think this has been a success, as much as it could be.
We'll go to Scott Rabelais from the New Orleans Advocate.
Trevor, you've had so much success, obviously, in your college career, but a lot of athletes say they remember the times they didn't succeed more than the success. You being 34-1 as a starter, how much does the and one stick in your mind, especially considering the magnitude of that game in New Orleans last year?
Yeah, I mean, what could have been, it would have been cool to have the opportunity to obviously not lose a game in college, but I think some things are necessary for you to grow. You got to face a little bit of adversity, and sometimes you can't really – you're a little bit blinded by success if you don't have any hiccups along the way, if you will. So I think for us and for me personally, it was good for us to not win that game in a lot of ways. Obviously, you want to win a national championship, and it's definitely kind of devastating in the moment. But after that, I mean, I think we've gotten a lot better. I learned a lot about myself. There's a lot of things I needed to work on to be a better player. And that just, I think leading in times when things are harder, when you lose a game, is definitely harder than when you're winning. So teaching me a little bit on how to lead better, just all those things, I think we kind of needed that. And at the end of the day, you just don't want to take winning for granted. We win a lot around here, and it's easy to kind of forget how hard it is to win when you win so much. So I think it taught us a lot, and I think we took that next step as a program and as a team because of that. Obviously, you don't really choose that going forward, but sometimes it can be better for you.
Next is Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com.
Hey, Trev, you've been competing against Justin Fields, going all the way back to high school, elite quarterback camps, what have you. And of course, the game last year. Is it kind of neat to keep this kind of rivalry going that you have with him head to head?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I said before, it's a small world. He's from right down the road from me, probably 20, 30 minutes. And just to be playing each other for the second time. And we've kind of been matched up, I guess, for years, just going back to high school. I haven't really seen it as that. I'm not like out here just competing against Justin. I mean, we're friends. We got a good relationship, but that's kind of how people like to pin it as me against him. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just fun getting the opportunity to play a team like Ohio State. Obviously, huge brand, great team year in and year out, and to get the opportunity to play them is kind of what you expect in a semifinal. They're playing the best of the best, so we're excited for that opportunity. But it does make it cooler that the guy on the other sideline is from right down the road from me. So it's pretty cool. Obviously, we played him last year. It was a crazy game, but definitely looking forward to it.
We have time for one more. We'll go to Brendan Gulick from Buckeyes Now.
Hey, Trevor, kind of curious. You've thrown 4 interceptions in the last 5 games after going 12 straight without throwing one. As you kind of evaluated the couple of mistakes that you have made along the way, what have you learned about yourself in those few and far between moments?
Yeah, I mean, just that's part of every week. The process is evaluating the game, and regardless of how well I play, there's always something that I can get better at, or something that I missed, or whatever it may be. So that's the thing I love about Coach Streeter, quarterback coach, he's pretty hard on me, but in a good way. You know, he wants me to be my best, and he's not going to let anything slide. So he holds me accountable, and then also me. You know, I expect a lot from myself, so I go in there, and those are the main things I'm looking at, what I can get better at. Obviously, the good stuff is kind of expected to a certain degree, but just looking at what I can get better at. Then obviously had a few turnovers this year, and definitely have made an improvement from last year. And that was one of my main goals, but just realizing that nobody's perfect. It's going to happen. And just to play my game, to play comfortably, there's going to be a few turnovers. It's just part of the position. So just staying confident, not letting that get in my head, and just keep playing my game and not really changing, but learning for sure from some of those ill-advised throws and throws that could have been picked off and ones that were, and just learning, you know, how do I get better from that? It's every week I do that.
Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Trevor. Good luck in the rest of your preparations for the game.